Hey, what's up, guys? This is Snackbox. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you all had a great weekend so far. In today's video, I want to talk to you about the event dungeon and why you should invest your energy in this dungeon and farm it as much as you can. So let's get right into it. So most of you already know how strong the pinpoint set actually is and how hard it is to get those god tier pieces. And while everybody's trying to get those, you should probably try too, because it's such an easy upgrade for your champions. Even if you just get a ring and an amulet on your champions, you get a bonus of 20 accuracy and 10 speed. Now the 20 accuracy are nice, but the really good part about this whole thing are the 10% speed. Now the pinpoint set allowed me to improve my arena teams, and you know, when you reach the end game, it's really hard to upgrade your speed on your teams, and because the only way to do so is get better speed rolls, right? So you would, like, for example, I don't have good banners for my Sylvan Watchers. That's the best I can do. It's a double roll and it's also a low roll. But now that I can farm speed pinpoints, the pinpoint set, I was able to upgrade my speed just by adding 2 random accessories, right? Like, those pieces are not even good. Like, I could just basically use one of these 5-star pieces and I still get the 10% speed bonus. So before that pinpoint set, I had total speed of 376 on my Arbites, and just by equipping 2 accessories from pinpoint, and it doesn't matter how good they are or what the substats are, I don't really care, because all I care about is the speed, I went up to 388. So in order to get this amount of speed, I would need to, you know, get a quad roll of speed or a triple roll on a banner, or you know, max out all my glyphs. And that's a lot of glyphs and tries, and it's not guaranteed to hit those max glyphs every time. I could get 5 speed here. So if I would max out all my glyphs, that would be around the same bonus of speed that I got from those 2 accessories. So this is really, really, really strong. And everybody is doing this, and everybody should do it. And not only for arena, it also gives you a big speed boost for PvE content, right? If you can't match the speed, or you don't have the gear to, you know, reach the speed, this might be actually the solution. Just a ring and an amulet. Maybe you don't need, you know, a crazy main stat with a substat or whatever, and you just need the speed. So you add those 2 accessories, and that's an easy fix, right? It's such an huge upgrade for a low investment, because it's really not hard to, you know, farm the dungeon, and it's also not hard to get those accessories. Now, of course, there are some people that can't run the highest stages, but even if you just run stage 20, you have a chance on a 6-star accessory, 5 to 6-star. That's good enough. That's all you need, really. Now, if you're looking for those god tier pieces, of course you want to run stage 30 to maybe have a chance on a mythical artifact or accessory. But to be honest, you know, for the average account, even stage 20 will upgrade your builds without a doubt. Even if you get just 5-star accessories, this is such an easy way to upgrade your builds. Now, stage 20 is not really hard to farm. You can You can basically use Seer, like everybody, uses Seer for dungeons to clear waves. It's basically the same principle here. You just buff, debuff, and nuke with Seer. It's not a secret, pretty easy. Now, this is something you could do as well. If you have a arbiter already, everybody should have Wukong. Wukong was a free champion for so long. I think most of the accounts have Wukong. Same as Ninja. Ugo, probably not. Ugo might be, is also replaceable. She's nice for the block buffs, but honestly, you could just swap any decreased defense in this team. For example, like Deacon, where is he at? You could just swap him in, and then I use Royal Guard. Of course, you can use any nuker. Now my Wukong is in a nuke, in a damage dealer build, but he has the accuracy to land his debuffs as well. So that's kind of like a hybrid build, and it's really nice. Now, for example, you can use him as a block buff champ. So you just build him in accuracy. But if you can build him in damage and accuracy, that would all, of course, be, preferred. And then just use another nuker. For example, Royal Guard, or even Ninja can be a nuker, or, really doesn't matter at all. You can probably just use something like Magnar, Skull Crown. It really doesn't matter which nuker you use. Your main nuker, basically. Now, in most cases, it is Wukong, and that's for a good reason, because he's one of the best damage dealers, best legendary damage dealers in the game, and can compete with mythical champions, of course. But yeah, this is a team that I, decided to go for, and it is pretty straightforward. So basically, all you do is you get the attack up, little damage with the HP burn, the block buffs and the defense down, then you nuke the minions. We still got the block buffs up on Odin. We get stunned, but we really don't care. And now you just nuke the boss, right? It's really not that dangerous here. Odin on stage 20 doesn't do a lot of damage. Pretty easy. And we almost finished here. This run should be around 1 minute, maybe a little less. 50 seconds. A 50-second farm. What do we get? A 6-star amulet. Nice. Perfect, And if you invest couple, 100 energy and you get couple accessories, it's worth it. It's always worth it to run this dungeon, because this dungeon will only be available for another 4.5 days at the moment, and you should really use the time you have while it's open, while it's there, to farm it at least a little bit. Don't go all in, don't waste all your gems and resources, and this set will probably come back in some type of way, maybe another event dungeon, who knows, but for now, you want to farm that. You want to take advantage of it while it's there, and it's really, really helpful. Even if you're, even if you can't beat stage 25 or something go for stage 20. Try at least. Or even the lower stages. You know? I would probably even prefer a 4-star ring and amulet just to get the speed bonus, you know? Now for stage 25 and 30, in most cases, most people use Seer because she's just, you know, the PvE goddess in terms of nuking waves. There's no better champion to do so. And so basically my stage 25 and stage 30 team is pretty much the same. Now there are some variations where I played around with. For example, I have a team with a reset and I have a team without a reset and the ninja and the Gnut. Now, I don't know which one I prefer really. Now, I think this one is pretty solid and pretty accessible for most players. Most players should have ninja. Gnut was a fusion too. So Arbiter and Lydia are part of the free-to-play content basically. Now for stage 25, the acquirements of accuracy are like close to 400, something around 380. 380 accuracy should be fine to place your debuffs, and then Odin should sit around 200 speed, 205, something like this. I don't know exactly, but if you're faster than 210, you're good. And I think most people have a Arbiter that is faster than 205 speed, so that should be pretty solid. Also, the waves here are not that hard to kill. This should be very easy. You know, you boost with Arbiter, debuff with Lydia, and nuke the wave. And once the wave is dead, that's basically the hard part about Odin. It's not the boss itself, it's the ads. The ads are really annoying, and if you nuke them straight away, the boss will just die. Now I have Ninja in my old Sand Devil build, where he's in regen and high accuracy and tanky, and I haven't changed his build yet, but that's fine if you have a build like this and you know, average HP nuking Gnut. Now stage 30 gets a little bit tricky because now you get a Valkyrie in the wave, right? And the Valkyrie on stage 30 will decrease your turn meter every time you buff. Now this can really be stat intensive because Odin sits around 270 speed, something like that. So you want to be like as fast as him at least. Now my Arbiter is of course faster. She's somewhere around 300 something. I don't use her for arena anymore, so I just put some speed gear on her, and she's I think at 390. Let me check that real quick actually. So I have my Gnut, which is my Fire Knight build. He's at 243 speed. Yeah, Arbiter 319, Ninja 264, Lydia 287, and Seer at 252. Now, my Seer is really not that great, and for the most part it's because I don't have crazy gear for her, but also I don't have a 6-star blessing. Now a 6-star blessing would make it so much easier, of course, because of, you know, crushing rend, and I will get some crit damage bonus, which is huge. Now in my case it is enough to finish off the waves. Now I've been trying to, you know, bring some variety in here, but it's really hard to come up with something new, so I was just like bring in resets and nukers and whatnot, but these are basically my best options that I can do. Now, for one, I have, you know, Arbiter as a booster here, and Lydia as my debuffer. Then Seer nukes the waves, and once the waves are dead, I basically have Ninja and Gnut, which are focusing the boss and slowly bringing him down. Now, I got like 400 accuracy on my Arbiter, because that's what you actually need for stage 30. Of course, if you have this accuracy aura, you want, like in best case scenario, you want to have around 530, I think. That would be ideal, but you know, I have like 480. Sometimes she gets resisted, sometimes not. I would have to give her some glyphs or tweak it a little bit, and it would be more consistent to remove the block damage with her A2. Now, Ninja sits around 450 accuracy with the aura. He's at 530. That's perfectly fine. He hits his debuffs every time. Same with Lydia. She sits around 500 accuracy. Perfect. And then we have Seer with around 470, which works just fine. Sometimes her A3 strip gets resisted too, but you really need her with accuracy. And that's why she's so stat hungry for the stage, because you want to strip buffs, you want to do damage, you want to be fast, and that's really not easy to do for most people. Now, let me show you the run real quick. Really nothing complicated. You boost, you debuff with Lydia, you let Valkyrie put the buffs up, and Seer nukes. Now, to get some extra buffs, I have Lydia in a shield set. I have some blood shield accessories, and that was enough to give me that extra damage that I needed to nuke the waves. And from now on, it's pretty much just you know, stripping or blocking the block damage, and deal as much damage as possible while the block damage is not up. Now the Seer died here, but that's totally fine. We can revive with Arbiter. Also, Lydia comes in like clutch sometimes, because when Odin kills, I don't know which skill it is actually. Here. If the target was skilled by this skill, revives a random dead ally with 50% and so on. So sometimes he will try to revive one of his minions, but Lydia will just counter it and revive your allies in case they're dead and take an extra turn. So that's pretty amazing. That's why Lydia is so good for this stage, or the boss in general. Now, as you can see, 1 minute 40, not the fastest, but pretty consistent. Ninja actually doing great work here. Seer as well. And yeah, that's pretty much how I farm this dungeon. Now, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of different approaches to this dungeon, and some of them might be more accessible to you, but this is pretty much the best I can do so far, and the fastest I can farm the dungeon. Some people also use Mithrala, because it's really easy to stack up her accuracy, her resistance, as she converts her accuracy to resistance. So that way you can cleanse the stun, and give your team some more survivability with the buffs and the cleanse and the shield. So if you're struggling with surviving the attacks, you can always swap Gnut with Mithrala, and it works just fine. Now I can show you that real quick. On here, where is she at? Okay, she's geared. Now, if you swap Mithrala in, make sure she uses her A1 first, because she really needs to be fast. So she takes a turn before everybody else. You only want Arbiter basically to be faster than Mithrala in case you use her. I have to activate the setup. Okay, now let's go. Pretty much same thing. Lydia debuffs, Valkyrie buffs, and boom. Seer nukes the waves. Now, as you can see, we're killing Odin really slower than with Gnut, but our survivability is just, you know, better. We're tankier. No problem at all. So as you can see, Brimstone really helps with the damage. Always comes in handy unless it's hitting the block damage buff. But other than that, it's really helpful and speeds up the run by a lot. Of course, this is a way slower team than the one before, but it's still, you know, gets the job done. And that's basically what we need. A really long run, I think. Yeah, as you can see, my best is at 1 minute and 12. And this is probably my reset team. Now let's take a look at that. So as you can see, my core champions of the team are Arbiter, Lydia, and Seer. And then, you know, I just try different things with a reset, ninja. Maybe you can even use a Geomancer instead of Kymar. But yeah, I'm just thinking about using ninja with Geomancer, but you basically don't want to, but you don't want ninja to replace Geomancer's HP burn, so it's it would be a kind of weird synergy, but we can try that real quick actually. Actually, let me do this. Now, if you use Geomancer here, really curious what he would do. Yeah, we'll start with HP burn. Is he geared? He's geared. That's fine. Alright, let's try this real quick. Now this will probably be a little bit longer than the one with Kymar, but still, Geomancer does a great job with the HP burn. And that's it. 1 minute 40, not bad at all. Geomancer with 1 million damage. Gnut with almost 3 million. Not bad. Works too. Now, as you can see, there are definitely more options to the damage dealers you can use. Of course, I would use preferably one of the, you know, top tier ones, Ninja, Geomancer, maybe even Wukong. Wukong might be great too, if you can build him with enough accuracy and as a damage dealer. Remember, you need around 530 accuracy, 510 at least. and that would work just fine. Now let me show you my pieces of Pinpoint. I haven't farmed the dungeon as much as I should have done, but quite a bit. And these are some of the pieces that I got from the farming that I did. I will probably sell most of these. I haven't gone through them yet, but I'm pretty excited about to roll some of these pieces. But I'm more excited about the accessories, as they give a nice little bonus to all of my champions. Another thing that I want to mention is we have a event dungeon tournament right now, so it's a great time to farm the dungeon to get some nice rewards, as you can get an immortal soul stone for 3,500 points, and that is pretty achievable and worth the investment, considering how good the Pinpoint set actually is. Now, tomorrow in 14 hours we have a Dungeon Divers event as well, so if you combine those two, you can get some nice little rewards alongside with the Pinpoint set, and that is absolutely worth it. You should think about it. Invest some energy in this dungeon while it's there. Get your account to the next level and enjoy the game. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you have a nice weekend, and I wish you all the luck for the event dungeon. I hope you get really nice pieces in case you decide to start farming it, as you really should. And see you in the next video.